Hi lovelies, long time no see. Life's been crazy. I'm Josie, I am a mom to 3, and I didn't realize what nationally qualified meant because I just like the bodybuilding stuff, but I don't know what all the terms mean. I am nationally qualified now, so I'm gonna do the Klash in October, and then after that, I'm gonna obviously wait for the roster to come out in January, but next year maybe see if I can do one of those national shows, and try and fight for a pro card. So that would be cool. I am very gung-ho and hyped up about off season. The crazy thing is, after I did my Sarasota show, the Tournament of Champs, I don't really have post-show blues. If anything, it's like, can we be done now? But I think a lot of that might also have to do with like just some of the news that's come out and everything. I'm just done. And also just, prolonged state of under eating. I actually will say this is very interesting to me. Now that my body's been this lower weight, so with carbs and everything, I'm hanging out at like 117. So I think without the, peaking, the depletion, without depletion and stuff, and really running my body through with the water, keeping sodium low, and then of course carbs under 100. My carbs were the lowest, like 50 grams. So multiple days where my carbs were like 50 grams, 70 grams. That's when I really just started dropping like weight. But I think fat wise, we're holding around like 117, and that's pretty good. My coach is pretty happy with where I'm at. So I do think, like, for the most part, I'm maintaining my physique post show. It's just that it's with carbs, with glycogen, with water weight, and a little bit more like fecal matter because I'm not eating a ton, and obviously leading up to the show it's even less, and then with a little bit of caffeine and stuff, or get the last bit out, but now there's stuff in there again in my digestive tract. So yeah, it's not, and I think it's also because my family's not there, but just regardless, it's still not a ton of like food. It's not just a ton of carbs. And because of that, I am not very emotional. And so now that I've done a show and I've seen my extended family, I'm not as hyped in general. So I'm very excited for the Klash because I got good feedback, fixed my posing, give them more dimension in the shoulders. At least the posing, I can work on as far as dimension in the shoulders. I'm thinking that I will bring dumbbells and not just resistance bands backstage for my pump up. And what that might mean is maybe a little bit, like, instead of just a rice cake, maybe like a rice cake and a half, maybe a little bit more honey than just a teaspoon. But I'm excited for my show going forward. But just the way that things have been, I'm not sure how I'm going to structure this video. It's just been busy. It's been a lot. It's been weird because it's like trying to get back to normal, but we're still not quite back to normal, riding off the high. And then my husband, like, he had a lot of time at home, but now he's getting called into work more. So it's like trying to do everything with that. And my kids, my youngest is just, he's learning. He's had a brain development growth spurt, not just like a growth spurt where he's gotten stronger and taller so he can get into stuff because of size. He's also smarter. And smarter in a way where it's like, stop opening my oven. Like, I can't do things. Filming is hard. Like, I can't bake and even be in another room. If I'm baking, I need to be in that laundry room, kitchen, living room area. Because if I want to, say, grab laundry from the kids' room or my room or the bathroom or whatever and clean in the background, I can't see that because now there's been a couple instances where he's opened the oven. So it's like, well, I'm in the kitchen. It's very restraining. So this is like all happened together. So part of me not being able to give you videos and take the camera with me and try and get some stuff out. I mean, I do have some footage. I don't have the time to edit anything. I'm really prioritizing rest right now. Rest is the best thing that I can do for myself. Otherwise, it's like a ton of inflammation. It's chaos. So today though, I have some time. And I'm going to just kind of take you around with me while I get caught up on some stuff. So it's a little bit of a hodgepodge. I got things I want to start. I started getting footage for my other channel, my homemaking only channel. This is not homemaking. This is just kind of showing what I'm dealing with and trying to stay on top of stuff. But I'm taking footage for the other homemaking channel. I want to get my house set up so I can finish those crafts and stuff that I have for that one. And I'm going to be planning, like, I'm so excited for off season. I am so excited for off season. My first leg day after coming back from Florida and having had my untracked meal and being a little bit more lenient the next day, oh my gosh, I felt so strong. And I actually like myself with like a pound or so more. And then I really don't. If I've gained fat back on from the show, I feel like it's like half a pound. Because I'm not eating enough to like gain weight. But I am eating enough to, you know, have water and feel a lot better. So even with cardio, what my coach told me is it's there. She's got it there every day. Do it when I can. But I'm still holding pretty good. So if I'm having a rough day and let's say I get 40 minutes done or I didn't quite get to it, rest. Right now, rest is the best thing we can do for my body. So it's there. Try to do it. The goal is try. And if I'm truly stressed out, cortisol is going to be way worse for my body than missing one day. And the thing is too, when I'm rested, I get more done around the house. That's why we track steps, you know. So if I'm getting like 20,000 steps done in a day and everything, it's like, okay, I don't need to do a dedicated like hour of cardio. And it's not crazy. It's just like incline walking, which I can either do at the gym or when it's like me at home, I can, my yard is like graded. So, my yard is, you know, sloped, so I can go like up and down, and even just it being grass, like if I get a good 30 minutes of that in, that's pretty good. Or, you know, with my little treadmill and it's not inclined, if I'm getting like 90 minutes of that, we're good. Goal is keep that base metabolic rate up. Let me end this part here and go on to just quickly what I'm trying to get done. So, like I've said, still lean, still holding on to that leanness. It's just, we're not depleted. Like right now, guys, no refeed days. All the bubbles. So working on vacuums, working on posing, trying to get my Aisha on the pole. I really look forward to off season. That's something that I plan on doing. That's like my reward for off season, is actually getting pole dance lessons and not just trying to do it just on YouTube and also without help. And I don't have a mat on the floor or anything like that. I have a problem where I believe it's like the squaring up to even get to it, working on the butterfly, but also I'm just a little bit weak right now, you know? So got my ginger ale cranberry zero and cleaning the house up again. Being depleted is definitely an interesting look. So the way I gauge it is, I think it's like about a 3 pound difference. 117 holding the level of fat that exists, and then about 114 when I'm depleted and dehydrated, because it's everything. Weight is not just fat and stuff. It's water retention, you know, like the glycogen in your muscles and water retention, sodium, and then also literally food in the gut. Like my gut, there's more food in there. So when we were depleting me for the show, oh, I'm sorry, I burped. When we were depleting me for the show, I was having like multiple, how many days where it was like, because we're gonna do the exact same protocol, except I might take an enema. I might do an enema before the next show. But if I'm around like 1,400 calories right now, and we're keeping it the same meal every day, I'm freaking hungry. And I don't like feel it in my gut, but I can tell, because when I eat, it's like I just want to consume. But it's working, because anytime I sneak a little bit off my kids' food, you know, it's keeping me where I need to be. But to deplete me, it's low carbs, and that's like where most of the sacrifice comes from, is carbs. And then after that, after the low carbs, well, yeah, I mean, for like, I just stopped, you know, going number 2 and stuff. But even if that is the case, little to no number twos to begin with. Everything's getting used, you know? And so, and then also like the no carbs, less water, and then, you know, consistent limited sodium. So not no sodium, we don't have me cutting out sodium, but I need to keep it consistent. So we'll be going back to where I keep accidentally saying half a teaspoon. It's like 1/4 teaspoon for my daily allowance, and then keep it consistent. And then when show day comes, also trying to get, for me, anything after 220 fluid ounces, I start to hit water poisoning levels, so I can't quite do 2 gallons, but that 220 ounces minimum every day, you know, so by the time actual show day happens, not only am I not holding on to any water because I have no like glycogen in my body, I don't have carbs, that's why if you start keto and you're like, I lost all this weight, yeah, it's water weight, and carbs are a good thing for pumps and stuff, so you don't have them, you look very flat. And then as the show day comes around again, you know, I'll be like dehydrated, so around 5 or 6 p.m. the night before, just sip on water as needed, kind of like what I can tolerate. And that's the thing backstage and in the waiting room and everything for going on the stage. The biggest thing everybody's looking forward to is not actually eating. The biggest thing everyone was looking forward to was drinking water. There was like girls with like water bottles and stuff, and so then once they're done, they got their medals, you know, as long as they didn't have to wait for the very end. Like if you place first in your open classes and stuff, then you go on to the overalls. But as long as, you know, they weren't placing first, then drink water. Again, everyone's dehydrated. So, but then that's weight. And well, where I'm going with this is I'm enjoying this soda right now. Oh my gosh, took me forever to get to the point. But where I was going with what I was starting with is I know I am the level of lean in terms of body fat percentage when I see these and then push just a little bit further for how my glute ham tie-ins look in the back. I was blown away that my feedback was to fix my posing, and that as far as glutes go, I wasn't told to grow them. I was told I needed more dimension in my shoulders. I needed a little bit more twist and depth to my pose and to sink into my hip more. But that my back pose was great. My glutes, no comment. And so that's really cool. And for me, it's like that last push. And so if I do like 3-4 days of just like 120 minutes of cardio, that last push is pretty easy. Like, it's hard, but it's simple, if that makes sense. And so it's that tie-in in the back, where they just look a little bit sharp. And that's also helped as I'm depleting. It's a little bit harder to see when I've got all these carbs and drinking a lot of water and stuff. But yeah, because it was almost an overnight difference. And it's that look when, not that the adductors are there, but like when the adductors just got sharp. They just got sharp. So, the fact that I still, when I exercise now, I very clearly, even when I'm not, like, have the shoulder, not that you can see them here, the shoulder veins, it's obviously a little harder to see my tie-ins because my eyes are here, so I can see my shoulders, but I can't see my own rear end. But it's good. And the great thing about that is going forward. Did I mention that in my previous video? Propane. I have pictures. And now I have pictures. And because it wasn't commented on that, I know what I'm looking for, which is amazing. That is great. It's great news. There's a lot that can be done in 1 to 2 weeks, and I am excited for the countdown. So we are back to daily check-ins with my coach, body stats and photos. It's annoying, but it also helps me stay accountable, especially because she doesn't like me. This is my thing. I always drink a ton of soda right before bed, but I'm like, that's better than crashing out and just having like a big thing of pizza, right? In terms of like preparing for a bodybuilding show, right? I think. I'm excited to do a lot more content for you guys. I already started moving some stuff around, so some of my backgrounds are gonna look more fall. I know earlier in the year my backgrounds are very like Valentine-y and stuff. But I am looking forward to doing those like daily videos again. It's been a lot, and there's been a lot that's been happening just in my life. Get smacked in the face with life again, and like vehicles pooping out on me, pooping out on my husband, just vehicles not working. Do you know how frustrating that is, trying to go to the gym and then his work schedule has been different, so it's been harder for me to go to the gym at an hour where I can actually like film stuff. So that's that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to continue and watch as I work towards the Klash, feel free to subscribe. And I love reading the comments. I find them very encouraging. I love getting to meet you guys, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you, before I just say bye, I will see you, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I'll post. All right. Have a great day. Bye.